Did you see the Rooster Teeth stuff? Oh, I saw you and Kent's talking about it. Austin, Texas, February 2025. Oh? This looks like those shitty, like, temporary prefab buildings they set up on a high school when they need more room for students. Yeah, temporary.
Guys?
Oh?
Why are the lights off? I'm back from getting milk. What the hell happened?
What the hell? I will say that backpack drop was godlike. The sound was godlike. The timing was godlike. That was beautiful. Under new management, they're back, just like Enron, and they're also going to change the world. So what does this mean? Because my understanding is that like a lot of people from Rooster Teeth went their separate ways, but are maybe also still doing the shows that they were doing on Rooster Teeth. That's Bernie, one of the co-founders who a couple years ago took a step away from the company and pursued his own stuff. And he's back. Got to listen to the podcast they made.
Go with the theme song.
Hey! We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Skip to 115? What do you mean? I love this radio shit, dude. Oh?
We're recording the podcast! Shut up!
Well, good morning to you, wherever you are, because it is
Morning somewhere!
This is so shock jock radio pilled. Wait.
42525. My name is Bernie Burns, sitting right over there. She's employee number 2, but she's number 1 in your heart. It's Ashley Burns. Say hi to Ashley, everybody.
Hello, Ashley.
So I can just feel everyone going, will you just talk about it already? Okay, well, today is going to be a short podcast. We normally have short podcasts, but this is going to be a very short podcast because we're only going to talk about one topic. And if you are listening to today's episode, you probably only want to hear about one topic.
Bernie's back, baby. Me in 2016.
And that is that we have acquired Rooster Teeth. Now, really quickly, I want to say here,
Speaking of acquired, not to tangent, I know I mentioned Enron earlier. That guy from the Enron video said he bought Enron for $70. Is this a generational bag fumble from Atrioc? He could have owned Enron. He's all concerned about these hats and like, what if I get sued? It was $70? Are you kidding me? I thought he was a businessman.
is a term
Oh, 270. Sorry. It's really going to break the bank.
that can encompass a lot of people. And there were a lot of people who worked at Rooster Teeth. So when I say we, I mean the people on this podcast. It's me and Ashley. So please, on
So
behalf of
Bernie and
us, I'm
Ashley own
asking,
Rooster Teeth.
If you listen to this podcast, you know we've had a lot of guests from Rooster Teeth. They have talked about how difficult it is to be out on their own, to be starting entrepreneurial efforts, having independent production companies. So please don't go bother.
Hey, I know a thing or two about independent production companies struggling, Bernie. If you want to interview someone about it, I've got 3 million reasons why.
Well, look, we are a current events podcast, and it's not every day that we get to be the current event with our own press release.
So true.
Reading just quickly from the blurb here, it says, 9 months ago, Rooster Teeth announced it would shut its doors after 21 years of creating content.
21 years? I know I knew that because I taught people about that in my video. Holy.
Today, the Rooster Teeth brand and much of its remaining assets have been acquired by founder Bernie Burns and his independent company, Box Canyon Productions.
All right. Well, so let's talk about that for a second. So when we talk about Rooster Teeth, we're talking about Rooster Teeth, the brand, not the company. And that's an important distinction because the company of Rooster Teeth has buildings and contracts and tons of equipment and everything like that. So this is kind of an interesting one in that we have acquired the Rooster Teeth brand, and very specifically the Rooster Teeth brand. Other shows,
I see. So this is really similar. You guys probably remember when the production studio Beyond the Summit closed its doors, and then there was like a merger Beyond the Summit with Off Brand. It would be like if Off Brand bought the Beyond the Summit name, but did not bring on the staff or buy the cameras and stuff, and just continued producing as Beyond the Summit. We did not do that. We ended up taking all of the things. It would be like if Rooster Teeth or Bernie Burns in this scenario did take on the contracts for the buildings and shit like that. Interesting.
the gaming shows like Funhouse and Achievement Hunter, and then big properties like Ruby. you know that that's already gone off to Viz. So none of those shows are part of this. Our focus in this acquisition was the Rooster Teeth channels, meaning the website, the YouTube channel, all the social media accounts, and then all the shows therein. As part of our regularly scheduled Patreon content, we usually have AMAs, like a Q&A period. And this weekend we'll have one of them.
AMA stands for Ask Me Anything. Puzz stands for puzzle, by the way.
This is sort of the beginning of the journey. This isn't the end of the journey. So there will be a lot of things as well that we're going to...
Chad, are you pogged off your gourd for this? I know Shuko's in here and he said he was a Rooster Teeth kid. Like, is there something that's like, this is obviously coming back now that Bernie is here? This is a thing that people have wanted to come back. It's been a long 9 months, stuff like that. They bought Rooster Teeth, but kind of just the name and the shows without the talent. Did I understand that? Yeah, not even all the shows. Some of the shows have already been spun off, right? So I was wondering if there was like a core piece of Rooster Teeth that this means that, or they have to build it all from scratch. Like, this is Rooster Teeth, and now there will be new shows that Bernie Burns is hosting or doing. Podcast and game shows, I guess. Okay, under new management. So they did update the website. They got the homecoming video. They got the podcast. Morning Somewhere, Camp, the Rooster Teeth podcast, and Red versus Blue. Red versus Blue, probably the biggest one, right? Interesting. And the last time they posted on this channel was 11 months ago when Rooster Teeth went under, what, 9 months ago? Camp and Red versus Blue are awesome. Hell yeah, bring them back. Okay, so it seems like there are Rooster Teeth fans that are very excited about this. And if we need more information, they're doing the AMA and they can tell us on Monday.
Be figuring out, and that we're going to be establishing. And again, because it is two of us.
I think it is nice just to see like a human content creator acquire the rights to the brand of a thing that they helped build. Even if they don't use it, it's like in the right hands. It can retire easy, and I feel nice about that. Is this like Banks getting FaZe back? Yeah, but Banks kind of got more of FaZe versus just the brand, right? I actually don't know. You know what? I don't know enough about the FaZe Banks stuff. All I can think about is that PowerPoint where he was showing the new brand that we looked at.
Along with the acquisition, Box Canyon announced a new development slate of productions for 2025.
Here we go. This answers our question.
Including renewed production of some of the platform's classic shows, a new original audio adventure again, and an untitled reimagining of Burns' first film, The Schedule. So that's really exciting too. So there's it's not just old stuff coming back, also working on some new stuff.
Yeah. So the classic show.
Sorry. If I'm listening to this, I can't just say cool. I have to go. We are so back.
And I learned about the term enshittification. I know it's been around for a while, but if you listen to the podcast, you know that my son taught me about this term. And boy, it really hit for me last year.
Damn, content creators having children that are old enough to teach them about things is freaking me out a little bit.
And constantly feeling every single day that the internet is getting worse. And so our plan for 2025 is to de-shitify our little corner of the internet. And this is
that's what I'm saying, baby. Unpaid intern. Fast 50.
About a month, actually, we have
my dad is a streamer. Yeah, that'd be crazy. I mean, it's a lot easier to be like, my dad is a podcaster slash like content creator. Like, they're making shows and stuff versus my dad reacts to fucking jet lag. You know what I mean? Could you imagine my dad? Well, he's Ludwig's friend.
All right. Well, that does it for us today.
This is badass, dude. Good for them. I think it's so sick for him to get the rights to the Rooster Teeth brands, all their social channels, to have at least a fire burning in his heart to make new content again with the goal of de-shitifying the internet, or at least stemming the tide of the end-shitification of the internet. And I wish them the best of luck. And unironically, if there's anything I can do to help them, I'm willing, but I don't think they care about what I think. But hey, I've walked a similar road, guys. I could try. Advice is free, man. Good luck.